welcome to Bruce Springsteen Guitar Lessons. Today's lesson is going to be Glory Days from Born in the USA. Thanks very much to subscribe star Max Winterhelder for the request. Hello and welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that walkthrough. So now what we'll do is go through all the individual parts. Okay, cool. So this song is in the key of A major. Tempo is roughly about 116 BPM. Let's take a look at the chords first. So we've got A major, classic way Bruce likes to play it. Bar, use your first finger, bar the second fret D, G and B. And you've got this basically kind of D over F sharp or D over A, depending where you strum it from. So it's kind of all right now. A Rolling Stones type chord. So you leave your first finger there already barred, then you put your middle finger 3rd fret B, 3rd finger 4th fret D. Now let's strum it from the D, which will make it a D over F sharp. We'll strum it from the A, make it a D over A. Not too much in it really, okay? Cool, and then you've got basically a D5, and now normally I'd play it with your middle, first and the third. All depends sort of what riffs are coming up as to what fingers you use. So first finger, second fret G, middle finger, third fret B. That's D5, and then you've basically got, it's like the D5 but with your third finger on the fourth fret of the G string. Okay, so you're kind of, one riff is intertwining between A and D over A or D over F sharp, and the other riff is going from D5 and then your third finger on the fourth fret of the G. Technically B minor over D, but we won't worry about that too much. And then you've basically got an E5. Bruce likes to play it like this, where you bar it, second fret A and D strings, and then the little finger or third finger on the fourth fret of the G. And they're all the chords. So it's actually quite a simple song. Again, you've got that crazy synth organ stuff going on. It took me ages to find one that was close as I could. But yes, yeah, so it's quite actually, it's just a kind of rock and roll, kind of bluesy type progression, which is great. A great sing-along song, and obviously a fan favourite as well, which is great. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at the intro. Now, the weird thing about the intro, it starts on the and of one, okay? So it's almost like slightly out of place on purpose, and then it shifts to being on the beat. So I'll show you what I mean. So what you do is on the and of one, so 1 and 2 and. So these are all eighth notes, 1 and 2 and then do the D over F sharp for a quarter note, and then an A chord, start beat 4 for an eighth note, and then like a blues curl, slight bend on the, or you can even do a half a bend on the fourth fret of the A string. So play around with that. So that first bar, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and then you got D5, 1 and 2 and, do it all downstrokes, a little bit more impact to it. 1 and 2 and then the B minor over D chord, and then D5, and then use your middle finger to do a kind of blues curl bend on the third fret A. And then back to the, it's basically the same as the first bar. You start on the start of beat 1. I think so. The first bar is 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. Whereas the third bar is 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and that's where the kick drum comes in. So listen out for that on the backing track. It's quite clever how he's done it here. So bar 3, same as bar 1, apart if you've got an extra strum at the start. And then you've got this next bar, bar 4, D5, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. Okay, and then back to A major for bar 5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So you can just a little bit more strummy here now, 1 and 2 and then the D over F sharp twice, or D over A, then A, and then the bend. I think I can hear that on the record. So this is bar 5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then bar 6, very similar to bar 4 but without the first one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, yeah, slight variation on bar 4. Okay, and then you're going to do bar 7, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Cool, so I'm just going to play the whole of the intro, okay? So 8 bars, and just look out for the slight variations, okay? So coming on the and of one, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and, whole band comes in, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, such a cool, awesome riff. Again, we've got quite a twangy sound for this. Currently going through my new Helix, and I don't really know how to use it, so I'm just kind of playing around with it at the moment. But yeah, because there's a nice sort of twangy, kind of bit of crunch, bit of drive in there. It does help having these awesome pickups actually, which I bought a few months ago. Okay, cool. So now onto the first and second verses. So the song structure, which I'll put up on the screen now, Basically, first verse same as the second verse, first chorus same as the second chorus. Okay, there's lots of repeating parts, which is great. So let's just take a look at this 2-bar riff that's basically done 4 times in the first and the second verses, which is basically A, D over F, D over F sharp, D over A, back to A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and A, 2 hits on the D over A or D over F sharp, then A. You can play around with the dynamics as well. Sometimes those last few chords a little bit quieter, maybe 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, like that. And then next bar 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so it's basically the same kind of rhythm, but just with the chopping and changing between the chords. So that 2-bar phrase you're going to do 4 times. Okay, which is great. And then you've basically got E5, again playing around with the accents here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Maybe do accents on 2 and 4 possibly, mix it up. Otherwise you don't want it to just kind of be quite monotonous. So playing around with the accenting and a tiny bit of palm muting as well. So you do, this is the sort of second line on the song structure of the first verse. So 2 bars of E5, just the downstroke, 8 notes. G5, 2 bars, downstroke, 8 notes. Then you do another bar, another 2 bars of E5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, D5. And then second time round, just do E5 rather than 2 bars of D5. Cool, so we just go through that. So we're going to do the first and second verses. Round 2. Round 3. Round 4. E5, 2 bars. D5, 2 bars. E5, 2 bars again. D5 for 1 bar. E5 for 1 bar. Cool, so now we're going to the chorus section, which is the same for the first and the second choruses, okay? And you're basically doing the same 2-bar riff. 1, twice. And the third time, you're just going to do the first bar, 1 and 2. And just do an E5 at the end, okay? And then what you're going to do is just do that 2-bar riff again. Cool, so I'll just play the first and the second choruses. And round 2. And round 3. Ending with E5. 2-bar riff. Cool, and then yeah, second verse, same as the first, second chorus, same as the first chorus, sorry. Okay, and then we've got basically the break where the kind of the synths or the organ go up a little bit. So it's only a 4-bar break, so you can do 2 bars E5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, D5, and then, okay, it's quite an important rhythmic bit there where the whole band is in sync. And you're basically just doing 3/8 notes, 1 and 2, 3, 4, okay, and then you go into the third verse. So play the whole of that break, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4. Cool, now in the third verse, this is kind of just Bruce with Max really starts off boom, you know, a simple bass drum, and then it kind of progresses, and then the other band members, you know, piano and the bass come in later on in this third verse. Okay, so basically you're going to do all kind of nice and simple downstrokes, a little bit palm muted. Third verse you're going to do 1 bar of A, 1 bar of D5, and you do those 2 bars 4 times. So round 2, round 3, you can play around with the accents, then E5 for 2 bars, and everything's picking up now, then 2 bars of E5, then D5, 2 bars, really getting going now. 2 bars of E5, D5, E5. Again, double check the song structure, they'll all be in the description. Cool, okay, and now we're onto the third chorus, okay? Again, pretty much starts off pretty much the same way as the first and second. It's going to cut it short. You're just basically not doing that extra riff at the end. So I'll just play you the third and the fourth choruses, which are exactly the same. Okay, we've got main 2-bar riff, and again, and the third time round, E5, and they go back into the fourth chorus. And again, one more time, and then end on the E5. Now into the massive outro, which has got a lot of kind of call and response between Steve and Bruce, and it's kind of just, yeah, having a lot of fun on the record. And it's basically this 2-bar riff 15 times, okay? So it does fade out, so it could be, you could technically say it's a little bit more, but so 15 times through this 2-bar riff, and then end on an A. So okay, the classic Bruce song, and very bluesy. It'd be great to play this one in a band. You know, if there's any tribute bands out there, which would be great. And yeah, classic song. And not too bad. The main thing is getting used to those kind of, making sure, because ideally you don't want to do that. You want to leave that first finger off. So it's just kind of getting used to the chords, getting used to the structure and everything else. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications if you haven't already. If you'd like to get sort of tabs and things like that, all the tabs you see on the screen, they're all made in Guitar Pro. So if you'd like them, to get your hands on those, and you know, Guitar Pro is a great program, or in PDF version PDF format, head over to the website jsmusicschool.co.uk. You can go onto the shop, you'll be able to get them. They're normally uploaded in a day or so, or even on the same day as these YouTube videos are released. So yeah, check out that, or subscribe side as well. There's lots of extra sort of content on there, and you can get files. Sort of send me your requests, and I can send you files out on the 3rd of the month. So depending on what tier you're on. So yeah, check that out. Any questions? Quite happy to answer any questions about all that sort of stuff. Backing tracks as well. There's like nearly 70 backing tracks now. So the backing track I made for this, it's quite fiddly with a synth, but yeah, hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, let me know if you've got any questions or anything like that. And thanks very much. See you on the next one. Cheers. Bye. If you'd like to get Guitar Pro files, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the Subscribe Star page or my website, jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much. See you on the next one.